Hello class. Today we'll be looking at how to use our block pattern. This is my center back and this is my center front. We'll be using this block to achieve a crop cow top. If you want to extend it, I'll show you how to, but I'm going to start with the center front. So first, what I'm going to do is this. What I'm going to do is this. This is the bust line, but not the true bust line. This is more or less like the depth of the armhole. And the next thing we're going to do is to determine our chest. That is the level at which you want your cowl. So I'm going to measure from the tip of the neck here as well. I'm going to measure what I have there. Then I'll divide it into 3. Whatever I have, I'll divide into 3. So I'm going to measure 1/3 from here upward in this direction. So this is where I have it. So that's to tell you that is my chest. That's my chest level. That's my chest level. But because I want it to be a bit higher, I'm going to take it higher. I'm going to take it higher from here. I'm going to add about 1.5 to it so that I'll be more comfortable to wear. So it's very simple. You determine where you want, the level at which you want it. So the next thing we're going to do is to determine our true bust line. How do we do that? You measure your bust point from the shoulder tip. You measure your bust point, and mine is somewhere here. Mine is somewhere here. So I'm going to take this up to this level. I'm going to take the waist that's up to where my true bust point is in this direction. So that is that. And again, because it's a spaghetti crop cow top, I'm going to adjust the armhole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from here. I'm going to take it inside by 2 centimeters, and that is equivalent to 3/4 inch. I'm going to take it in, and if you want, you can take it in more. Depends on what you want. You can take it in more. You can use 2.5. You can use 1 inch. 2.5 is actually 1 inch. Then I'll curve it. I'll take it back in this direction. Remember, this is the center front. We're working on the center front. So the next thing I'm going to do before, because we're going to cut through this line, and I'm going to connect this in this direction because we're going to cut through. That is where we're going to introduce spread and slash method. But before that, we need to close this. And of course, this top will not have that on the waist. So I'm going to close the waist that, which I'm going to transfer into this lines in order to have more fullness, to create more drape, to create more cowl. So let me quickly close this. Closing, you can stitch it or you can cut it out. So you see how I'm going to do that now. So I'm closing my gaps in this direction. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. This came up because there's fullness there. So I'm going to slash through in this direction. And like I said, I'm going to cut through in this direction. I'm not cutting out. I'm going to cut through here and here. So this is what I have. But if you want, you can divide this into 2 to cut out as well. In order for you to have more fullness, you can cut it out to have more fullness. So I'm not going to cut all through. This is the slash and spread method. So this is what it's going to look like. Yeah, so So let's quickly look at the center back. But before then, if you want to extend it like you want it to be like a normal blouse, remember we're going to put stripe here. But before then, you can extend the from the waist below. You can extend it. All you need to do is to make sure this is looking straight. You adjust it. So let's quickly look at the back. So for the center back, this is the center back. For the center back, I'm going to use here this level. I'm going to use this level, and I'm also going to close my dart. But how do I do that? I'm going to close the dart and take it out from the side. So let me quickly do that. I'm going to take this measurement from the side. So like I said, I'm going to take out this measurement on the side. So I'll just say close. So but not the totality. I'm going to leave like quarter for each allowance. So I'm going to take, because the waist dart is about 1 inch, so I'm going to use 3/4 in this direction, and I'll take it to my underarm in this direction. So this will be out. This will be out. There's no need for zipper and all that. And remember, we measured on the armhole on the front. We took in about 2 centimeters, and I said you can use more. So why I did this is for you to be able to determine where your stripe will sit. But before then, I'll just cut this out. So this is it. This is the center back. And for the back knot to give, as in this side of the back knot to give, I would advise you measure about 1/2 inch or 3/4, depends on how you want it. Then you take it in this direction, you curve it slightly, not to the waist, but almost to the waist. So at the end of the day, this will be out. This will be out. So this is what we have for the center back, and we've already seen the center back. This is what we have for the center front. So I'm just going to place on another paper so that we can incorporate the seam. We can incorporate the fullness for the center front. Stay with me. Thank you. So what we want to do now is to add fullness to the pattern. And how do we do that? Place this fuller part very close to the edge of your paper, like this. And pin it down. You can also use tape. Then of course, this will be wide open. There's no problem with that. So of course this will be wide open as well, and the same applies to the rest. So you measure what you have here. You can use inches or centimeter. I have about 2 3/4, and of course, if that is what I want to use all through, that is what I'm going to use. That is 3/4 all through. So this is about 3 inches, and that's about 7. So that's what I'm going to use. I might not use it all through, or I'm going to adjust it. I've adjusted it. So I have a 2 3/8, which is 5.6 in 5.6 centimeter. So the second one I'm going to do same. I'm going to measure 5.6. So this is where my 5.6 is. I'm going to tape it in that direction. Then I'm going to measure the last one, 5.6. You can also achieve this by draping, but I just love pattern. Though maybe one of these days I'm going to look at the draping aspect of it. So this is what I have now. So this is what I have now. So the next thing I'm going to do is to incorporate the facing for it. So what I'll do is, I'm going to, in order for me to have my facing properly done, I'm going to adjust this one. I'm going to bring it in a little bit in this direction. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to roll a line for my facing. Okay, it's going to come out in a triangular shape. Reason being that the way it's been, the way the fullness is. So for the facing, I'll be using about 5 inch, sorry, 4 inches. 4 inches, inches is okay. So you measure your 4 inches in this direction. 4 inches. I'm going to add paper to that. Then on this side, from this angle here, you take it in this direction. Then from here, why we are using 4 inches is in order for you to have enough room for your for the facing to sit in well. So at this angle, I'm going to measure 1 centimeter. So it will be easier for me when cutting out on fabric. You can as well cut on bias, so you will have more stretch and the folds will fall properly. Actually, that's what we'll be doing. That's what we'll be doing. So this is this. Let me just add paper here so that we can finish up. Let me just have a little paper so we can finish up. Okay. Sorry about that. So at the end of the day, it's going to foldings will look more like a triangular shape. We have different types of cowl. It's not compulsory you do this, but I'm just illustrating how to achieve a spaghetti cowl top. So I'm going to measure my 4 inches. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Don't worry. So now we need to add our seam allowance. I'm going to use half inch. Then round the armhole, I'm going to use half inch as well. Half inch as well. Okay. Sorry. The center back is very simple. We're not doing anything much than just adding our seam allowance to it. So there's possibility I'm going to do that on the fabric when cutting out. So I'm adding 1 centimeter for the seam allowance. So on the waist, all you need to do is just trace the waist. Though we're going to add seam allowance to it, so I'll be using 1 centimeter. I'll be using 1 centimeter. You can cut on bias, like I said. It will give you more fullness and room to be able to go in. So I'll just cut this out. If you have your pattern like this, you have it with this kind of edge. It's very simple. All you need to do is fold this part, fold it in this direction in order to control the edge. Fold it in this direction and take this backwards. Take it backwards like this. Take it backward. And like I said, you can as well take it backward like this. So you cut, when you take it backward, it means you cut on this line, you cut it out. So this will be your new facing. Why I did that is because this will be very lengthened and very full as well. And this will be controlled. You can manage this. And of course, if you don't want your facing to be this wide, you can also reduce it to about 3 inches or 2 inches, depends on what you want. But this is for illustration. So that is about that. Then concerning the back, I marked somewhere here, just like we did on the center front. So we are going to shape that side. We take it to the armhole. because that is where our stripe will come in from, on the center back. You take it to the hem in that direction. So remember what we did here. You take it out. There's possibility the center back will be in pieces or could be on fold. So that is how your center back will look. So it's very simple. So I'm going to show us how to place and cut out on bias. This is the stretch part of it. So I'm going to fold it like a scarf that I want to wear a scarf in this direction because it's stretchy here. I'm going to fold it in this direction. So this is where I need, in order for my spark couture to drape well. So I'll place my pattern in this direction. If you want more fullness, you can as well do this. For more fullness, you can as well do that. It's very, very simple. But for this class, I'm going to do this. I'm going to place this in this direction. Okay. Then for the center back, I'm going to place it in this direction. So in order for not to waste this side of it, you can fold your fabric downward. So you can fold your fabric downwards. You still have it. See, I still got mine. So I still have it. So when you fold it, I see like a scarf form. Your bias is almost everywhere there. So to manage our fabric, because that is part of pattern, to manage your fabric, you need to utilize well. So if I still pull down in this direction, I still have my bias. I hope you understand. So we're going to pin down. So it means if I'm cutting in this direction, it means I'm going to fold again for the center back. So I have it pinned, so I'm going to cut out quickly. I already placed for the center back, still on bias, so I added my seam allowance to it. So I'm going to cut out. So I have the center back facing, this is it, so I'm going to cut out. You measure the center back, the center front. You have the two together to get your stripe. So that's the measurement you're going to use to get your stripe by 1.5. The width is 1.5. The length will be the center back and the center front. Cut your stripe on a straight grain, a straight line. So ensure you add your seam allowance to it. Add your seam allowance to it. So have your stripe ready, and to fix that for the center front, you place it in this direction. You bring it in from the right side, let it face up, then let it face up. You place it like this, very close to the edge. You leave about ½ inch, since that's what you use for your seam allowance or couture. You put it in this direction. Do the same to the other side. Do the same to the other side. You leave about ½ inch. So you go stitch down. You stitch down. You also include this side of it. You include, after you must have stitched this in this direction, you stitch this down to hold the facing. So now I have it stitched this direction, and I took the facing with it to the armhole, so that place will be properly finished. Then I did the same thing at the back. So what I'm going to do now is to take that out, take it out so there won't be buckness, then clip in this direction. So I'm going to cut bias to finish up this part of it. So I hope you understand. So I have finished the edge and the armhole, but we need to iron thoroughly so we can have all this fold laid properly. You can top stitch here, which I'll just do now. But before then, I'm also going to show us how I'm going to finish the edge, because this is taffeta, so it's not going to be easy to use either overlock or the machine stitch to finish the edge. I'm going to show us how to finish the edge. So let me just top stitch the hook. So this is the outcome, though I've not given it a befit ironing, so by the time it's ironed you'll see the outcome. But I quickly want to show us how to finish the edge. I don't finish my edges with each stitches, so I'm going to show us what to do in case you love it and you want it. So this is how I want to finish the edges. Okay. So can you see the hedge? Can you see the hedge? Don't worry, you see it better when I wear and when I iron properly. Thank you for seeing too. Thank you.